As many people know, I'm one of the official voters for the NBA regular season awards. And I turned my votes in yesterday. So I voted MVP, Coach of the Year, Defensive Player of the Year, Rookie of the Year, Most Improved Player, Sixth Man of the Year, and all NBA teams, 3 of them, and then all defensive team, 2 of them, and all rookie team, 2 of them. So it's a lot. I take it seriously. I enjoy it. You know, obviously you do deep dives and you put a lot of thought into your selections. So I show up today at work. I go on television first. I'm on Undisputed, which I love appearing on with the great Skip Bayless and Shannon Sharp. And Skip, or Shannon, of course, disagrees with me because I did not vote LeBron James as the MVP. I voted Giannis Antetokounmpo from Milwaukee, okay? And he's going to win, and he's going to win by a wide margin. He won't be unanimous, but he is going to win. Trust me. And Shannon disagreed. I think Skip disagreed, believe it or not. I know Skip had been beating the horn for LeBron. I'm not sure who he thinks it was, who his final pick was, but I think it was LeBron. And then my partner tonight, George Wrighster, or should I say Wrongster? George Wrongster.
Rim shot, come on.
He disagrees. You come and telling me it's LeBron too. I think Rob G, who you got?
I got Giannis.
Okay. And
home cooking.
But look, I'm a good guy. I'm a fair guy. I like LeBron. You know, I know LeBron fairly well. I like him a lot. I love what he stands for off the court. I love his game on the court. But I'm objective. I keeps it real. I'm unbiased. I don't carry a man's water and just gonna vote for him because I like him. I try to keep it based on facts, not feelings. But I'm going to give George, I'm going to give you your chance, make your case, but be prepared for me to shoot back and shoot back with fire.
First thing is, this is not one of those cases to where it's outrageous if you vote Giannis. It's not. Oh,
thank you for clearing that up.
No, I'm saying there are some years where you'll see guys get votes and you're like, what? Like how did you not vote him unanimously? Well, how did you not do this? But this is not one of those years. And if you look at statistically, Chris, over LeBron James' entire career, we're looking at 17 years of greatness. Would you agree with that?
Unquestionably.
And the problem is that people get so accustomed to greatness that it becomes standard. That we've seen him only win 4 MVPs. And that's because on an every night basis, the man's given you throughout his career 27 points. He's given you 7 rebounds and 7 assists a night and a block and a steal and a half and a block basically every single night for 17 years. And people get fatigued there. They're like, oh, well, he didn't have a great year. And they look at it and they say, okay, I'm looking for an outlier season. That's why LeBron James hasn't won an MVP since 2013. You've had Durant, Curry, Westbrook.
That's not why, but go ahead.
That is, there's no other reason besides, yes, some people are going to say, oh, well, it's because of where he played in the East and the West. No, it's because his greatness became so standard. And granted, I was one of the people who did not appreciate LeBron James's greatness in terms of, because I thought he had so much to grow and learn. But when you look at his season, this is statistically one of LeBron James's greatest seasons of his entire career. He was asked to play point guard, only leading the league in assists per game. If you take LeBron off the Lakers, there is no chance they make the playoffs. Not a snowball's chance.
I think there's
of them making it. However,
they
if
certainly
you take
wouldn't be a contender, but
if you take Giannis off the Bucks, they're still going to be the 7th or 8th seed.
How do you know? How do you know that?
Do you?
I mean, you
have
can't say
you
that
watched the
factually.
East Coast? Have you watched the East? What would you say?
You cannot say with certainty that they would be a playoff team.
I can absolutely say that with certainty.
And I can say, you know what I can say with certainty?
Hold up.
Take
So
LeBron,
you don't. So you don't
LeBron.
think this team is better than the Wizards? That if you take Giannis off of it,
Wizards
that,
aren't a playoff team.
Well,
Right now,
they are in the bubble. You got Orlando. You don't think that they can compete with Orlando and the Nets without Kyrie and
They can compete, but they're not a definite playoff team. We can't say that Chris Middleton's your best player and you're definitely getting into the playoffs. What I can say,
they are built upon a
Jordan,
roster.
What I can say is this: if the Lakers without LeBron were in the East, they definitely would make the playoffs. Anthony Davis alone would get them into the playoffs. I can definitely say that.
Anthony Davis only got to the playoffs one time.
Well, they were playing in the West, but put them in the
Granddad-
East. To what you saying? Let's make it equal. Put them in the East. Anthony Davis and the Lakers make the playoffs.
As much as I like Anthony Davis and respect his talents, he's not a guy who is proven to be able to carry a team on his back. He is not.
He
because
got a
it's
team
hard.
in the West in the playoffs.
It's hard. It is
in
very
many
difficult.
years.
It's
He
very
couldn't do it
difficult
in the
for
East?
a big man. I mean, would you agree? It is different from a big man and a guard.
Yes,
It's much more difficult for a guard. I'm sorry, for a big man to make the playoffs.
With Rondo playing point, not having to play off the ball next to LeBron. Now, I'm not saying they'd be very good, but in the East,
Rondo hadn't been good
chance
except for in the
West.
playoffs the last couple
Well,
of years.
he's playoff Rondo. That playoff Rondo is
Well,
legit.
you got to get in the playoffs for playoff Rondo to show
Avery
up.
Bradley, Dwight Howard.
What? Do not
Kyle
claim Dwight.
Kuzma.
What?
I mean, come on,
Dwight Howard
look.
is having a resurgence because he's playing with a stable figure like LeBron, and he's trying to rehab his entire image.
Actually, Dwight's numbers have not been that bad, over the last few years. It was just a couple years ago he was averaging 16 and 12. So he's having a resurgence, or at least that's the perception, because nothing's expected of him. He goes there.
Why
gives
is
you 7
nothing
points and
expected?
7 rebounds, and you think,
Why is
wow,
nothing
that
expected?
was great. No, because the last few years he's kind of been acting like a clown.
Exactly.
So but you
He's
have not
JaVale
made a good
McGee.
point. You have not made a good point. What point have you made that to make me think LeBron's MVP? That he's been great so many years. We're used to it. Stop it.
No,
Stop
his
Let me
team
tell
does
you
not
the
make his team does not make the playoffs with his team
They
does
didn't
not make the playoffs without him.
last year with him.
He was out, man. The dude was hurt. What are you talking about? He missed the
He
last
played a lot of games though.
He missed basically the whole season
He
after the
missed like
All-Star
17
break.
games, and then he sat out after late in the season. But he missed like 17 games.
Since like the All-Star break, when he hurt his groin, he was out from there basically.
I'm just saying, like this. Look, yeah,
and so was Lonzo Ball and other players.
This is the reason that LeBron did not win the MVP since 2013. Now, you can argue 2014 obviously had a great year for mine. Every year he's had has been great. But Kevin Durant was special that year. Oklahoma was special. Oklahoma City was special that year. So KD got it. And then when LeBron went to Cleveland in the 4 years, I don't like the revisionist history of, he didn't win it because he was in the East and the voters held it against him. No, all his 4 MVPs came in the East. He won it 4 times in 5 years in the East. Nobody holds the East against him. What they were saying, LeBron didn't win the MVP in Cleveland because none of those 4 years did they have great regular seasons. They coasted. They won 50 games, 51 games, 53 games. 1 year they won 57. Of the 4 years he was there in Cleveland, the second go-round, they had the number 1 seed once. And they were by far the best team in the East. LeBron, Kyrie, Kevin Love, by far the best team in the East, and they showed it every year in the playoffs, but they coasted. They didn't have the number 1 seed. You're not getting the regular season MVP if you coast. That's why he hasn't had nothing to do with the East. What did have something to do with the East? What did have something to do with the East is when people said he only got to the finals 8 straight times because of the East. That's
so
where the argument
if
was.
you want to talk about
anything to do with MVP,
if you want to talk about coasting in an easy route this year, Giannis, because his team is so phenomenal on defense.
Coasting.
Hold on.
Trying.
He's
That's
only playing 30 minutes a game, Chris. 30 minutes a game. If he were, everybody talk about these per numbers, these per 48-minute numbers. The dude only plays 30 minutes a game.
Efficiency numbers.
Yeah, people always talk about that, but if he had to play more minutes, he would be less efficient because you're more tired. He gets to play fresh the whole game. LeBron's playing 5 more minutes a game.
And still not putting up the numbers Giannis is.
Because he's facilitating for his teammates.
You're
talking about Giannis.
Too.
He's shooting 30% from the 3-point line, man.
Yeah, but he's shooting like 54, 56 overall.
All the rest of them are dunks.
Stop it. If you can't stop it, I don't care.
I'm not knocking his game. I'm not knocking his game because
you just knocked it.
I'm just saying, if you're going to point to his field goal percentage numbers, that's pointing to DeAndre Jordan's field goal percentage numbers when he was in LA. All he did was dunk. That doesn't.
Fine. If they can stop the dunk and make you do something else, now we got an issue. But if they can't stop it, what's the problem?
I'm talking about the 30 minutes a game, Chris. That's what I'm talking about.
This is what I'm saying.
Tim Duncan couldn't win MVP playing 30 minutes a game?
He won 2, I believe, Duncan. I'm not trying to
but now
LeBron.
Playing 30 minutes a game?
No, they blew teams out. That's why he's playing 30 minutes a game. Because they blew teams out and they were sitting a lot of the fourth quarter. When I said that LeBron and the Cavs coasted when he was in Cleveland the second go round, what I meant was that they didn't go out and really try to have great regular seasons. They didn't. You telling me that team could only win 51 games? That team could only win 53 games? No, they coasted. They experimented. They did whatever they need to do to get used to each other in the regular season. They weren't worried about seeding, weren't worried about having the best record they could have. Giannis and the Bucks are, even though he's playing 30 minutes a game, they're trying to win every game. And that's why they were on a 70-win pace. That's what I mean. When you go out and you take the regular season seriously, you don't just say, let's Lakers get through it, get used to each other, and play well in the playoffs.
And we're talking about this season. Are the Lakers and LeBron taking this season seriously?
Yes, they are.
Is LeBron leading?
And this is different, though, than some of his years in Cleveland the last go-round.
Is LeBron leading the league in assists?
Yes.
Has he changed his position on some level, even though he had been a facilitator his entire career?
To a certain degree. Yeah. Officially, but you know the deal.
Yeah, he had been a facilitator his entire career. He is having statistically one of his best seasons in terms of shooting. He's shooting a 3-pointer pretty well.
His field goal percentage is lower than usual. It's under 50, I believe.
But he's also taking more 3-point shots and more.
Okay.
But this is, and the reason why we are even having this discussion is because of the Michael Jordan effect. The same reason why Karl Malone got MVP over Jordan, I think in 96 or 97, because of the fatigue of the greatness. You're so used to seeing a guy perform at such a high level that it becomes normal and mundane to you.
Actually,
and you're like, it wasn't special.
Jordan had Malone won it in 99. Jordan had only won it. He won it the year before, and then Malone won it the year before that. So now, are you right in saying Jordan could have won it 10 straight years? Yeah.
Malone, and Malone won in the 97.
97 and 99. So
which is the 97, Michael Jordan should have won MVP.
No, Jordan was always the best player in the league when he, for the most part during his career.
Thing with LeBron.
And LeBron has been too. But the precedent has been set that it's not just the best player in the league. There are a lot of different factors. And a lot of people have brought up it's LeBron's 17th year. That's why he should have got it. Look at what he's doing in 17th year.
I don't
been
agree
great.
with that.
It's the best 17th year ever. But I don't grade on a curve. The only way the 17th year comes in is if LeBron, for some reason, had never won the MVP or had only won one, and you were like, come on, this is ridiculous. He deserves way more than this. Then you would have said, you know what? We got to give him one. Another one. But he's got 4.
That's not enough. Like, that's not enough.
Wasn't enough for Jordan. So it is what it is.
Oh, so we just keep up the bad habits. All right.
You did not. I expected more from that George Wrighster.
Mm-hmm.
I really did.
The callers will tell you got kicked in the teeth.
Well,
Sorry.
we will see. 877-99 on Fox. 877-996-6369. Easy one. Who deserves this year's MVP? LeBron or Giannis?
Tony in D.C. Welcome to the Odd Couple.
Fellas, what's going on?
What's up, brother?
What's up?
Hey, what's up?
You
up?
gonna
Chris,
keep it real today?
Man, Chris, I don't even know why you go back and forth with these little LeBron nights. Giannis Antetokounmpo has been the best player on both ends of the floor all year. His stats are better than LeBron's. And correct me if I'm wrong, Chris, in LeBron's 2013 season, I don't know exactly what his per was, but Giannis's is about the same as it was that year or better. Okay?
No, you're right.
LeBron could lead the league in winning jump balls. And Shannon Sharp, Nick Wright, to be like, well, nobody at 6'8" has ever led the league in jump balls. This is unheard of. But you know what it is? It's a deeper thing because at 35, who won the MVP in 98?
Michael, of course.
Michael Jordan.
Yes.
And the 2 years that he lost to Barkley and Malone, Michael actually had better seasons than
Yeah, I mean, look,
guys.
we know Jordan could have won it basically every year he played that he was fully healthy after his first few years in the league. And great call by Tony.
Chris,
look,
I got a question. Who did you vote for Defensive Player of the Year?
Giannis.
Oh, okay.
My
I thought
top
you would have
3
voted
defensive
for
players.
AD.
I had Giannis 1, I had AD 2, and then I think it was Bam out of Bayou 3.
Oh, so you hate the Lakers? So
No, I don't hate the
it's your
Lakers.
Clippers pick. No,
Milwaukee
I'm
was
joking.
the best.
I'm
You
joking
know I'm
with you,
keeping
Chris.
real.
It was a joke.
And it's funny because when I'm on with Skip, people view me as a LeBron lover. When I'm on with you or Nick Wright or Shannon Sharp, they view me as LeBron hater.
No.
Nick carries real.
Nick carries LeBron's. Dude, he carries the water for
and see
for
that's
LeBron.
what I'm saying. I don't carry the water for nobody.
Luka, is this Luka? Doncic's calling the way in. Luka in Baltimore. Yeah, Luka in Baltimore. Welcome to the Odd Couple.
George, no, I wish that was me. No, my name is actually spelled Luca, so it's different.
Oh, okay.
Okay. But is it pronounced Luka, though?
Yeah, I appreciate the
Okay.
love. So I want to preface anything by saying that I am as big a LeBron fan as there is and as big a Lakers fan as there is. But, George, I regret to inform you that I got to disagree with you because it seems to me that any argument that's being made for LeBron being the MVP is some sort of goalpost moving to make it fit some sort of narrative. Whereas when it really comes down to it, Giannis has by far been the best player in the league. And also, I recall that before Giannis got injured and before the Lakers had the good 4 to 5 game stretch when they beat the Clippers and they beat the Bucks, this wasn't even a conversation. Everybody agreed that Giannis was going to be the MVP. And that in such a short amount of time, all of a sudden we're trying to give it to LeBron. And as I said, I want him to win, but I just don't think he deserves it. So
Luka got knowledge.
Thank you for
Great
the call.
call, Luka. Great
so
call.
LeBron would be the victim.
Callers have been good on this one.
By his standard, that means that LeBron would have been the victim of another travesty because if you remember properly, Giannis was getting ready to miss some time when the pandemic started and shut the season down. So that may have shifted the balance in how you think.
Down, but
No. I'm saying that when the pandemic shut the season down, that Giannis was getting ready to miss some time.
Yep.
Nick in South Carolina, welcome to the Odd Couple.
Gotta go quickly, Nick.
Hey, what's up, guys? Huge
What's up?
LeBron fan, but I got to agree with Chris. Giannis is the MVP. He's a transcendent talent. If Shaq and LeBron had a baby, it's got to be Giannis. So this Giannis is basically the offensive juggernaut that LeBron was in 2013, while being the defensive juggernaut. So I just can't give it to LeBron because Giannis is dominating to a level we haven't seen since LeBron in 2013 on both ends. Thanks, Ed.
Great call, man.
Oh,
Objectivity.
great job,
Look,
Rob.
we had three
Rob G.
objective,
Good job, Rob G.
Three
Good job.
objective callers. That's what I like. Y'all, they know. See, I keep it real. I'm like
Way to
them. I
cherry
like
pick.
LeBron too.
Way
But
to cherry pick, Rob
we
G.
vote
I'm
with
blaming
our
you.
heads, not our hearts. All right. And George, earlier you and I were talking about MVP. I got TNT on, and they got some legends on. Shaq, Dwayne Wade, Vince Carter. And they asked them who their MVPs were. And now two of those guys played with LeBron. Dwayne Wade's one of his best friends. Won 2 championships with him. Who do you think they said?
The fact that you're bringing this up leads me to believe that they said Giannis.
They all said Giannis because it is Giannis. Just letting you know that. Just letting you know that. But, you know, I have respect for your basketball mind. I do. Your MVP pick notwithstanding. And I like what you said. And I want you to see, when we have guests, I like the guests to come on. I like to put you in your wheelhouse. I like to, you know, throw a pitch that's right over the plate, you know, in
3-0
your
so
sweet
I can
spot.
hit it in,
Yes,
so I can hit
yes.
it out the park 3-0.
Yes.
Throw me a cookie.
Yep. So you can educate, you know, and Rob G needs to be educated because Rob G is one of those, I hate to put him on blast, but I have to. He's one of those millennials that thinks they could not ball in the 80s. He looks at old tape of Magic and Bird and McHale and Kareem and so on and so forth and laughs. He chuckles.
We have video evidence, Chris.
You see?
There's
you see?
nothing
He's not
that you can
denying it.
say.
Oh, Rob
So
G.
George,
No,
I'm
no.
gonna
Tell me
turn
you're
it
not
over
that
to
guy.
George to educate you, George.
Yes.
School this man.
Now, George, before you school me, because I trust your opinion more than Chris's, I never said that they could not play. I said that it's vastly overrated.
Vastly over. No,
How
it's
how
not.
close were they to
Because
today's players? Better,
very-
worse? Even I'm talking to Rob
okay.
G. Because
Oh, yeah,
I'm
okay.
gonna put him up against the wall. You don't give me that vague mess. You know we don't play that
No,
on the eye
we were watching a finals matchup between the Lakers and the Celtics, and it was right hand, pass, bounce pass. It's like, oh, great pass.
Could I not
It's like
pick up a clip?
Come
of
on, man.
LeBron, the second greatest player ever. Could I not find a clip of him shooting an
It
air
wasn't
ball?
a clip. It was a finals game. It was
Okay,
like
here
a
is-
10-minute
All
stretch
right,
that we
let's
let me-
hand
watched.
it over to George Wright.
Let me give you the quick version, Rob. Is that you have to look at eras, and if you and here's the thing is, if you put Kareem Abdul-Jabbar with the training and the moves that he helped create with today, he would still be a dominant basketball player. He would still be one of the greatest all-time players.
I totally agree with you.
These people invented some of the moves that now the players now have come up and changed them up, and it has evolved. The travel was called differently. The game was
Well,
much
they
more
actually called
physical.
it, you mean?
Yeah, the game was much
you
more
couldn't
physical.
carry. You
Yeah,
didn't
and-
carry like that.
And
back
you
then.
see how good a handles Pete Maravich had back in the 80s. Imagine if he were able to see all of his
Palm the ball.
moves. Yeah, and be able to evolve his dribbling game now, he would be better than Kyrie Irving, who's one of the greatest handlers of all
The
time.
greatest.
There would be no Kyrie if there weren't for Pete Maravich.